told you there was once a king so determined he'd rather live in the wilderness than bend the knee to an empire. A man whose mere name struck fear in the hearts of his adversaries, while inspiring generations to stand tall in the face of overwhelming odds. This is the story of Maharana Pratap, a legendary warrior who refused to surrender, shaping a legacy that echoes through centuries to this very day. In the late 16th century, northern India was a land of magnificent palaces, thriving trade routes, and powerful empires. At the center of it all stood the Rajput kingdom of Mewar, proud, resilient, and deeply cherished by its people. It was here that Maharana Pratap was born, son of Maharana Uday Singh II. He inherited not just the throne, but a formidable legacy. But let's hit pause on the grand royal imagery for a second. Imagine being a young prince, watching your homeland, a place you love more than your own life, stand in the crosshairs of the largest empire in the region, the Mughals. This empire was led by Emperor Akbar, known for his strategic brilliance and vast resources. Fearful yet determined, young Pratap grew up in a world where alliances shifted like sand, and submission seemed inevitable. You know how you feel when you're up against a Monday morning deadline without coffee. Multiply that urgency by 1,000, and you might begin to understand the pressure Pratap faced. But instead of caving to despair, Maharana Pratap nurtured an iron resolve. His father's last wish: never yield Mewar's independence no matter the cost. This vow set the stage for one of the most ferocious standoffs in Indian history. Little did he know, the real test of his conviction would come in the form of a fierce battlefield that would cement his name into legend, or seal his fate. Now, the moment of truth arrived in June 1576 at Haldighati, a narrow mountain pass where Maharana Pratap confronted the Mughal forces. On one side, a relatively small but determined Rajput army. On the other, one of the mightiest empires of the era, armed with superior numbers and state-of-the-art weaponry. What could possibly happen when the underdog challenges the giant head-on? Stick around to find out. The terrain worked in Pratap's favor. Narrow passes, dust-laden winds. It was perfect for guerrilla tactics. The Rajputs fought with heart-stopping valor, led by Pratap himself atop his beloved warhorse, Chetak. Legend has it, Chetak galloped fearlessly, even when grievously injured, carrying Pratap to safety at a critical moment. Ever tried running a marathon with a sprained ankle? Imagine doing that in a full suit of armor on a medieval battlefield. That was the sheer willpower of Pratap and his steed. Although the Mughals had the upper hand in numbers and resources, the passion and pride of the Rajputs turned the battle into a fiery clash that resonated far beyond the dusty ravines of Haldighati. In the end, though, the Mughal forces wore them down, forcing Pratap's retreat. Defeated in the field but not in spirit, Maharana Pratap refused to submit. Even as the Mughals took control of parts of Mewar, Pratap retreated to the Aravalli hills. He lived in austerity, sometimes barely feeding his family, but never once did he consider surrender. This unwavering stance ignited fear in his enemies and lit a spark of hope in every subject who longed for freedom. But how long can one man hold out against the largest empire of his time? Was there a turning point, or would he face doom in the hills? For years, Maharana Pratap waged a relentless guerrilla campaign, striking at Mughal outposts, reclaiming fortresses bit by bit. He rebuilt his forces from scratch, inspiring loyalty with every daring raid. That fearsome reputation grew so vast that even Emperor Akbar reportedly recognized Pratap's fierce commitment. In a series of brilliant maneuvers, Maharana Pratap reclaimed most of Mewar. While he never fully regained the famed fort of Chittorgarh, his story became a testament to endurance, bravery, and moral integrity. He passed away in 1597, not in chains, but as a sovereign leader of the land he so dearly loved. I mean, if Netflix existed back then, Maharana Pratap's story would be trending, no question about it. Generations later, his legacy continues to inspire. People remember him not just as a great warrior, but as a symbol of unyielding courage in the face of insurmountable odds. Even now, in classrooms across India, children grow up idolizing the man who chose dignity over comfort. When we talk about Maharana Pratap, we're also talking about the universal language of resilience. Maybe you're facing a deadline at work, navigating a tough personal crisis, or just trying to stand up for what's right. Whatever your battle, let Maharana Pratap's story remind you. True strength isn't about having the biggest army or the loudest voice. It's about having the steadfast resolve to fight for your principles. So the next time you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, remember the Maharana in the hills, standing tall, unbroken, and fearless. Thank you for watching.